Hi, Michael Valitutti, and I'm here to do another gem talk. And this is on a subject and a gemstone that I really love, tourmaline. Now, if you've watched my gem talks before, I did do one earlier on where I kind of really just concentrated on pink tourmaline. And I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, way back in August or September of 2020. I really want to do one now on just general, just tourmaline, because it comes in so many different colors, and it's a gemstone that I love, you love, and it's a gemstone that, quite frankly, is very historical. Let's talk about tourmaline. Now, tourmaline comes from the ancient Sinhalese word Tourmaline. And Sinhalese is an ancient lost language, and Tourmaline just means gemstone of many mixed colors, because it's the way tourmaline forms. Tourmaline, of all the gemstones in the world, has more chemical elements in its chemical makeup than any other gemstone. It has over 13 different elements that actually make up its chemical structure. Now you compare that to diamond only has one, sapphire has two. Most gemstones have 2 to 3 elements, and that's their chemical formula. Tourmaline has 13. So because it has so many different color elements that make up its makeup, then of course it absorbs other minerals as it's being formed. We call those trace elements. It comes in many different colors. Now when I say many, I mean many. What you see here on this turntable is representing only a fraction of the colors that it comes in. If I'm not mistaken from my GIA education, over 160 different colors of tourmaline have been documented, because yes, it occurs in greens, it occurs in bicolor, it occurs in blues, and it occurs in every single color of the rainbow, including clear. And here's some rubellite, which of course is the red tourmaline. But oftentimes these colors, and this is the Paraíba, by the way, will mix together to form another color. I remember giving my wife a beautiful tourmaline from Afghanistan, which it's unlike any other color that you see here. It's like green with about 8 or 9% blue in it, and a bit of purple, all mixed together. It's the most unusual, phenomenal color. And that's what makes tourmaline so exciting, because it comes in such a different variety. Now, tourmaline is about 7.5 on the hardness scale. It's something that you can comfortably wear all the time. Most tourmaline is not treated. There are treatments for tourmaline, usually when it is treated. Oftentimes you'll find that in the pink variety, and they will irradiate it, and the radiation that they use is the same type of radiation that they use to sanitize food. You know, sometimes, you know, when they can food, you get food in the pouches, and that's like cobalt radiation. It's non-lethal, and that's what they use to treat that. But in most cases, the color you see, like everything on my turnstile here, is completely natural source and natural color. And so, because tourmaline, you don't really have to treat it. It just comes in such a great variety of colors. You can keep it the way it is. Tourmaline here forms in what we call a pegmatite deposit. And this is why tourmalines are found mostly in where pegmatites are found. Now, pegmatite is a very special igneous type of gem-bearing rock, and it's what we call an intrusion. So you have the crust, you have the magma, which is that molten lava, and it makes intrusion into the crust mafic rocks. And by doing that, it has a lot of minerals in it. So you almost get like a little bubble. And within that bubble, you'll get different layers of gemstones, because that bubble, because in the Earth's crust, below the Earth's crust, where it's all the molten lava, that lava is very rich. It has all the different minerals of the world literally mixed together. It's like a big soup. So when that does intrude into the mafic rock, it has all these nutrients in there, and it can crystallize and form such amazing gemstones like tourmaline. Tourmaline, we're going to get that from pegmatites, like I said, from Brazil. Brazil has more pegmatites than any other country in the world. You get it from Afghanistan. My wife's tourmaline is from Afghanistan. Burma, I was in Burma. Myanmar, fantastic place, it has it. East Africa, I'm talking Kenya, Tanzania, and so the Congo. So if you take a look at Central Africa to the east, because there's a lot of mountains and all that, that is where a lot of tourmaline come from. Also, California. Americans, you're lucky if you go to the Palo region of California. some of the most, and I believe it's called the Stuart Mine, because I did tour there when I was at GIA, has the most unique pink tourmaline, and it literally looks like bubblegum. You know that bubblegum bright pink? And that comes from the famous Stuart Mine out of California. So, I mean, there's so many different parts of the world that do have tourmaline. I simply adore it. It's also a stone that will not color fade. Now, tourmaline, the way it forms is, you see these stones? You do expect to see inclusions in tourmaline. That's normal for it. So we grade this. It goes from a type 2 to like these stones here to more of a type 3. Now sometimes you can see this one over here. This is very, very clean. And I know I've done this before when I was on television and I shine my light. Look how clean that is. That's a very clean specimen. But these are generally what we call type 2 to type 3. That's GIA's designation for a clarity characteristic. So a type 3 is like this stone here. That's like an emerald. We expect to see a lot of stuff inside of an emerald. A type 2 is like a sapphire and a ruby. We know there's going to be inclusions in there, so we don't hold it against the stone. The only tourmaline that I know of that's crystal clear is a relatively new find from the Congo, and that's Congo tourmaline, and I will be doing a great show on that on the Home Shopping Network. And that tourmaline has the color and is naturally clean and clear, which you rarely get that. Usually in the world of tourmaline, we're going to get inclusions, and that's because of the way it forms. Sometimes in tourmaline, and most stones don't do this, in one crystal, and tourmaline will crystallize very long and cylinder, almost like a candy cane. They have recorded up to 16 different colors in one solid crystal. So it'll be blue at the bottom, then it'll go green, then it'll go purple, then it'll go yellow, and it'll go black, and it has all these different colors. Why does that happen? As it's crystallizing, it's absorbing the various nutrients, and that is what causes the color. So we know that the red and the pink are caused by magnesium, or if you get it, of course, from East Africa, it is magnesium with a bit of titanium. The all black, which is called troll, that is all pure heavy iron. The green is a lighter form of iron. Then, of course, we have the chromium and vanadium, which can make other colors like blue and other colors like that, and iron. So you get all these different elements coming together that make up the world of tourmaline. When I studied at GIA, most gemologists, including myself, we all fell in love. At the end of the course, you ask any gemologist who was graduating, what's your favorite gemstone? We all said tourmaline, because it was so fascinating, because it came in all these different colors, and some of it is just strikingly beautiful, including the bicolor and the tricolor. Those often come, of course, from Brazil. So in the world of tourmaline, you have so many choices as a customer and a consumer of the different types of tourmalines and all that that you can love and enjoy. And like I said, it has the durability, and if you live in the Sun Belt, you don't have to worry about color fading. It's a natural stone that dates back to ancient Egypt. So men and women throughout the ages have enjoyed tourmaline, and I think you will enjoy it too. Talk about exotic stones. Tourmaline is truly one of the most exotic members you can get. And some tourmaline, like the black, very inexpensive, to be frank with you. Or when you go to the Paraíba, clear Paraíba tourmalines. I remember holding one at the AGTA show in Tucson. He let me hold it with both hands. I held it like this. It was $500,000 for that stone, and it looked unbelievable. It was absolutely beautiful. So you get that whole range of cost with tourmaline. So tourmaline is something that I hope you will add to your jewelry wardrobe, and it's a stone that men and women equally wear around the world. Whatever color you want, from clear to black to every imaginable hue in between, tourmaline has you covered.